Hello. A while ago, Sennheiser released this, the EWD Wireless something, EWD Digital Wireless System. Comes in a handheld system, comes in a lav system, comes in an instrument system. And you can plug the instrument as well as the lav into these neat body packs. So it's kind of interchangeable. And that's nice. That has good range. You have an app where you can govern a variety of these. So for the front of house guy, these could be in the rack next to him or on stage or wherever. And through Bluetooth, you can actually look at all of them. You can name the different ones so you know what you're doing. You can do the gain, the output level, and all that stuff. And for within a band, it's very easy to just go in the app and do all that in one location. This is a good system. XLR out, quarter inch out. But of course, it's rack mounted or a little bit more bulky and needs a power supply, 12 volt. It's a good system. But for us, because I'm assuming you are, videographers, where are you gonna put this? So I always fall back on this tiny little thing. So this is the Sennheiser AVX. This is the receiver, and this is the transmitter. When we're talking about the lav, there's also a handheld. I've been using these at trade shows and around the world wherever I filmed. This is my trusted system. It just clicks in, that's it. If you wanted the range and quality of the EWD, but some of the portability that the AVX can give you, there was no system. And now, as you've seen in the unboxing, there is this tiny, cute little thing is the EWD Portable. Now, that would imply that it's pretty much as good as the big thing, but portable. Really. One of the great things is, comes with an interchangeable battery. So that's very neat. And it is battery powered. I assume it can also be powered by USB-C, and it says USB-C power. That is where you would charge it, but maybe even power it with it from a power bank or whatever. Sadly, these antennas do not disengage. They don't come off. So you'll have to store it with the antennas flat or however. That's a little bit of an oversight. We have a mic out, and then you connect these cables. And a headphone out, so you can actually monitor right there on the unit. So it comes with this XLR cable, and it's nice and stretchy. And if you wanted to plug it into a DLSR, it comes with this handy little something dimensions plug. Rather light, rather small, battery powered. Comes with this transmitter if you're doing the lav. You could use the EWD instrument in and just run it into your guitar if you wanted to. It is primarily an audio for video system because it is small and portable and battery powered. You could use it as a guitar transmitter thing, but no, actually, because we don't have quarter inch cables for this, so I wouldn't. I'm thinking probably more lav and handheld. I have the handheld system here as well. There it is, so let's look at that. All the bits and bobs are the same. And there is the handheld mic. So that doesn't have a proprietary battery. That runs on normal AA's, just like this transmitter, which is good. Turn it on and off, sync, on-off button. Rather simple system, but a good Sennheiser mic. And of course, you can unscrew the capsule to use other capsules if you wanted to, with an adapter, even the new Lewitt 950 capsule. So whether you're using handheld, which I would have to use at a trade show, lav, which I would use in a quieter environment, you should be good. And the great thing is, these things have magnets and they stick together. You could have 3, 4, 5, however many you want on top of each other. Rather Simple. Now, how do you mount it to the camera? And you've seen this in the beginning. On the unboxing, there was lots of stuff. See, there's a little cheese grate, which very, very firmly clamps on with magnets. Now, how do you get this on the camera? There are a bunch of different adapter screws, different length, and you can get them through the cheese grate and then put them on your camera, or the longer one, depending on what you have. And there's also this very handy hot shoe attachment. So that goes in the bottom, and then you use one of these screws to attach it, and then you fiddle-biddle that around, and then it's on the hot shoe. I'm going to show you how to attach it to a normal DSLR. Well, normal. You kind of need, well, either you have the hot shoe attachment, and then it would sit right on top of here, which is probably what you would want. Or if you have a cage on your camera, and this FX3 has mounting points right here, I can now actually choose how I do it. By the way, right now I'm being recorded with a Sennheiser MK416, so you're actually hearing a shotgun mic. So let's see. I'm using this screw. There's also, of course, a wrench for it, so I could say I want it here, I want it here, or I want it all the way over here. But actually this makes sense. Then it's out of the way of everything. And I could even mount it diagonally if I wanted to, depending on how it fits on your camera. So right here seems to be good. Now that is safe and secure. And now you just take your portable, clip it in. Well, that's stupid because I actually want to. There's also a 1/4-inch thread at the bottom. Bam, there we go. Now with this camera, I would locate my mic input. There we go. Plug that in here. These have screws to not detach easily. And now we have a professional lav/handheld system on the camera. I'm going to turn this on. So there you have your display, and there you set up gain, channel, all that. Nifty and really not too much, and a system with quite a bit of range and signal quality. This was not the first time I used the system. I actually went to Sweetwater's Gear Fest and used it for the very first time and installed it for the very first time on the FX6 that I'm talking to right now with the team from Sennheiser. So why don't we watch that video and see, without any manual or previous knowledge and just with the team of Sennheiser professionals, how I'm attaching it to the camera and using it throughout the whole event at Sweetwater. So you've seen the unboxing about the EWD Portable.
Yes.
I know what products. I'm here now, not at home. I'm in Fort Wayne, Indiana at Sweetwater Gear Fest 2023 hashtag something. Hey, Tyler. And I brought my portable thing to use for the first time. And I thought, why not have Jennifer from Le Sennheiser, as they say in France, help me install it. Now, since it's going to be installed on the camera, we can't film with the camera, so we're going to have a phone and film with that. But first we take it out of this professional non-Sennheiser box. Product idea. Do you have a carrying case for it? No. So I have the screws, I have the cheese plate, I have the charging cable, I have the receiver and the transmitter. And I'm an on-the-go portable cameraman. Where's all that crap gonna go, Jennifer? Huh? Where's the beautiful little carrying case with little things for the screws? Jennifer?
That's something that we will definitely work on. But I will tell you that, this is designed to be on camera. We do have a system that's going to be coming out that'll be portable in a bag. So that's something.
A bag system. Sennheiser in a bag. Well, I have my own little carrying case, okay?
I love it.
That's my AVX stuff, which is good, but apparently the other stuff is gooder. So, here's all my stuff. But not nicely in, this is...
Right.
Oh, also, I assume this came with a clip, right? There wasn't one in the box. Did you see a clip in the box when I unboxed it? Because I didn't. I had to take this off something else. So maybe it got lost. I don't know. Okay, we're gonna... This is the transmittery thing. And I put this over here. And here we have the actual receiver. You can't take these off, right?
Right.
Not so portable if you can't take it off, Sennheiser. Come on! I mean, this doesn't go in a case. This makes the case rather big. Think, people, it's a portable system. But how cute
This
is
is why we're gonna have a bag system.
Yeah.
We're working on it.
I love this little screw it into the hot shoe thing. That is brilliantly done. So obviously this clips on with magnets. Because I have the MKH416 P48 mounted to the camera, as you will see, I already have the top kind of occupied.
We need some Looney Tune cartoons running across the screen.
Hey, that worked.
That's nice. Good job.
So we're gonna try to mount it in the hot shoe in the back, which I wouldn't have thought is a possibility, but Jennifer pointed that out. So we're gonna start with this. It is charged. Oh, yes. And then go to the right. No. And why do I have that not in the shotgun shoe? Because Sony makes them way too big and there's no adapter. I googled it, there isn't. Sennheiser, please make an adapter for Sony cameras. So now I made a mistake.
There you go, perfect.
Because you need to see it. So now we can... So either you do it on any camera in a hot shoe, cold shoe situation, in the Nike mount, and or you could mount it on 1/4 inch threads anywhere you want it, and the cheese plate really has a lot of holes. You could really mount it anywhere. And the great thing is, when you have this already mounted, you want it stereo, you have two people talking, all you need is a Sennheiser booth, steal one of these, and just smack the other one on top of that, probably up to 47 high.
Something like
It'll be a weird setup. So that's done. So we're gonna turn that on by on. I've never done this. There we go. Now the question is, will it connect immediately? Great thing, inside, on button. So you can't accidentally turn it off. Batteries are fresh. Flashing, orange. Okay, we're hitting sync.
now you'll see the sync on there.
What are you thinking about? Wow, horrible jokes here. I don't know if you can hear anything because we're using the iPhone mic, but you know what? If you don't want to do that, you want to be a professional, let me show you something. Sennheiser has this amazing product where you use an actual good mic for your phone. Do that. I'm not doing that right now because I was lazy. Are we synced? No. Mic is muted. I was like, orange isn't the right color to tell me everything's fine. Hello. That was easy.
Easy, and right here it shows you how much battery you have in hours and minutes, so you know exactly how long you have.
That is a lot of battery life.
That's enough. Yes.
Okay, now we still don't hear it. So for your traditional DSLR, you have this mini thing, and then you connect it, and nicely it actually screws into, does it? Yep. Into the output, so it can't accidentally disconnect. But we're professionals, so we're using XLR. And we are pretty much in the wrong position on this camera because it's all on the other side. Come on, screw in.
Another really cool thing about the system is that there's actually a headphone out on here. So if you just want to hear your microphone and not go through the camera,
You can monitor directly on the system.
Yep, exactly.
That is cool. Let me go to level. Oh, hello, hello, hello. That's a lot of level. So right now we have. Okay, so this is the shotgun input right now, and that is the lav input, which is quite high. But let's see what the camera is set up to. But the output of the transmitter could be too high, which of course you can adjust.
So
gain.
We've got a gain setting, which is the microphone 21, and you're using ME2.
Oh.
That's good. There.
So it's a plus 21 dB output?
Well, no, that was the for that. Now I can turn this down.
So let's see where the level is. Level. That looks better. It's a little bit hotter than the shotgun, but I mean, if it's here, this looks perfect.
Yeah, if you have it up here, it's going to.
I'll do this. Okay, now installed, we have level. Technically, what you should be hearing now, if I did my post-production correctly, you should be hearing this, which of course is good. Personally, I have to say that the MKE2, is that it?
It's ME2.
ME2 is the cheaper one. I do usually prefer it because it's got more roundedness. The more higher end one is usually thinner to me, but there's also a new one called the MK Essentials. That's what we had at 42 Gear Island, the Gastaway. We're using the new Essentials, and they did a great job. This is what you get with it. You can, of course, get other attachments right there. You could even, and they don't tell you this, go in with an instrument, something, and then different levels, but you figure it out. You can probably play guitar through it and figure it out. So, this is working, and it's working like a charm. And how difficult was the installation? None. You want to add on more systems? Easy. This is going to survive in any kind of trade show environment if 50 other people have their wireless systems. If you have any of the Chinese cheaper brands, I've tried them at NAMM and they crap out if other people are doing content. Now, I'm a big fan of the AVX system. This has been my baby for years. It is smaller and it is more convenient. However, there is no Bluetooth connectivity, no app. There's very limited functionality, and frankly, it's just not as cool. So if you're doing more professional stuff, I highly recommend the portable one. I mean, I'm saying that now, but I'm not actually hearing what you're hearing, so it might be crap, who knows. Let's just say it's good, and I recommend it. I'm a little bit torn. Am I gonna go to the EWD Portable for good, or am I still gonna go and have my AVX? Well, I guess time will tell. Now what we need to do is take it on the street, compare it to the rack-mounted version in a distance test. So you'll see me wheeling around on a stupid electric unicycle, as you always do, and we'll test the distance as we do. For now, goodbye from GearFest 2023, hashtag something Sweetwater. Well, that was all nice, right? Let's go and I'll throw you a couple of clips from the videos I did there so you just can see what it sounds like and, you know, that I used it in action. You don't have to be original. I have Shabbat. Everything that Shabbat's doing is pretty much based on what Leo did. And so on and so on.
Yeah, we don't know the answer to that.
Wampler goes and actually pinches these off with pliers.
I honestly didn't notice that. I had no idea that was why.
It's obviously not a big deal.
Yeah, but...
Washers without the little penis on them, okay? So I will have to say that I was very impressed with the quality. I'm never a lav mic fan. That's always the last thing I want to use. The last thing. Get it? But for some reason, this is different than my previous experiences. I like the transmitter. It's plasticky, but maybe aluminum, I don't know. Nice little antenna. I love that it opens up and then the power button is there, so you can't really do anything wrong. You can exchange the batteries right before the gig or the shoot or whatever. It's very simple with the mute button on there and a sync button, so no menus, no bullshit. This is a solid system for the audio for video guy when you're standing right in front of the camera, of course, because you have only feet away from the camera. What we need to know is a few things. What is the distance that you can use this in? What if you're filming someone across the street? What if you're filming someone down the street? What if you're filming someone up the hill and you're down the hill as a videographer? Will the EWD Portable still deliver? Or would you have to bring a power brick extension cable, someone to hold the big one? Is there actually a performance difference between this big kahuna that you mount in a rack and this tiny kahuna? This just has a P in the name, so do they sound different? Are the distances different? Well, for that, we're going to have to test the distance the way that I know how, which is gear up with stupid shit and ride on a unicycle. So let's do that. So we're now outside. I'm sorry for the audio. This is iPhone again, but we have to film the camera with the phone. So here we have the EWD Portable mounted on the FX6, just like we had in the US at Sweetwater. But now we also, well, this is going into input number 1. But in input number 2, we have the EWD, the one that goes in the rack. I have it on this very professional non-Sennheiser stand so that it's roughly at the same height for antenna access. So otherwise it's not fair. So the antennas are roughly at, a similar kind of level. Good enough. But as you can see, I have to run this long wire and we have to have it on power because it's 12 volt. It doesn't have a battery. Pros and cons. I don't quite see the pros yet. We'll find out. Then I shall mount my S22. That's a new one. You haven't seen that in any videos because it's a beast. If we can get my brother out here, he shall man this drone to get aerial footage. And then we've got a helmet, which we need. And in the helmet, as you do with Sennheiser, it's very important, you have a Bugs Bunny sock. Right here. I put both mics from both systems into the sock because I don't have little dead cats for the wind. So hoping that this will block the wind and then it's in here. I did a little test audio-wise. It sounded fine, but how much wind will we have? We don't know. Even if there's wind, it doesn't really matter because it's about a distance test and not audio quality. Chances are nobody's gonna actually use the systems while wheeling around in a helmet, but we'll see. And that's what we're gonna do. Okay, I got GoPros on, the drone's in the air, and technically you should be hearing me through the Bugs Bunny sock. I will try to keep my voice down. It's gonna be difficult riding because I am right in front of my mouth, and so technically level-wise it should be too much. But now we're gonna ride and see the distances that it works in and which system, quits on us first. I have the... Go down on my butt, Leslie. I have the transmitters in pretty much the same spot. The receivers are roughly in the same spot, so it should be a fair comparison. Now, we're gonna ride the S22 up and down the street. Hopefully we survive. Don't worry, I have a helmet. And off we go. Ready, Stefan? Okay, and I'm talking quietly, talking somberly going up the street, just somberly, very quietly going up the road with the Sennheiser EW-D system and a Sennheiser EW-D Portable System. The portable is very sexy and small, has a magnetic kind of a doohickey, and can attach directly to your camera. We're going to try to turn without dying. This is 20 kilometers an hour. We try to not do that. Now there's quite a bit of wind into this helmet, which is why I'm putting my hands over it. The Bugs Bunny sock by itself is probably not going to cover it. So this is why the hands hopefully will get rid of the wind. Now I'm crossing the second GoPro. Here is Susie. That is Elfie with Susie. Too much. There are children that I'm not gonna run over, hopefully. quit. I have no idea if you could still hear me or not. You should technically not have heard me halfway up the road. Actually, up here it should be still fine. The thing is, there is no reason why you would ever be that far away with the system, but who knows? That is something you would find out where you would. I'm not anymore. I'm just rambling. My neighbors are watching me in the weirdest way. Okay, and oh, there's a lot of wind going down. Why is there so much wind? Okay, this is definitely way further than you would be with the portable, no question about that. As for the other one, rack mounted, I mean, especially with a lav situation, I don't think you'd be that far away unless you're trying to record someone on a hill or something. I'm gonna go a little bit further away, see where it quits. I remember rack mounted. So technically we should have the data that we need, and I'm gonna roll back in. This is shock supported, so I can easily roll over the Bordstein, as we say in German. I'm gonna pull this up, gonna click this down to disengage the engine. And now we've tested the Sennheiser EWD Portable. I'm learning how to say EWD Portable. There's a drone landing, which you might or might not hear. The drone in the air actually is very, very, very important for the test, because at events outside in a park, at a maybe at a trade show, maybe at a concert, you definitely have drones in the air, and they interfere directly on something about bands and things, and we need to know whether the drone affects it. So with the drone in the air directly affecting that kind of gigahertzy tech jargon things, and it still works, that means that without the drone we probably have more distance, but we don't want to give you the distance without the drone, because likely there are drones, because drones are everywhere now. Also, if you want to use it in a helmet, you have to get the Bugs Bunny sock. I got the sock from my brother. Come here. So you can actually right there. So if you want to use it in a helmet like I did, you have to call my brother and ask for the Bugs Bunny sock. It will not work with any other sock. It's a very specific lav mic Bugs Bunny sock. And now back to me. So what have we learned? Well, at the extreme, when I was all the way up the street, in that direction, the big one lasted longer than the little one. The big one fluttered a little bit in its sound. It wasn't solid, but this one cut out completely. So we're really talking about a couple meters more range up the hill. Down the hill, it was like, this one's gone, and they're both gone. They literally had exactly the same distance, and when the signal came back in, the distance was exactly the same. So in terms of range, I would say that the EWD Portable gives you exactly the same performance as the rack-mounted system. Now, why would you want the rack-mounted system? Well, because you're running a rack at a shoot, and everything is pre-mounted, and that is all fine. That's going into your video switching system. That's good. But if you need to be portable, that's what the P stands for. There's no need to get the big system. If you're running a stage with vocal mics, of course, you're a front of house guy, you have a rack with your stuff anyway. It makes sense to have this pre-wired with XLR cables. But if you're going into a camera, if you have this type of setup, this is killer. As Jennifer said, you can see the battery life in there. I actually feel, and that's why I'm not showing you, that the app, which is neat and it's nicely designed in all Sennheiser, is cool for a multi-unit setup with the EW digital. the rack-mounted one. With this, and you're standing right on the camera. I mean, I'm right freaking here, and I'm like, dip, 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 done. I don't really see the need to pull out the app, even if you have 3-4 units, which is probably rare. Maybe, but going directly into a camera, very likely only 2. I think you could just go on the unit itself and do the thing. Standing in front of the camera when this is in reach, fiddling around with the app, nice, but I don't even want to connect it if I can just go boop, 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 boop. So, it's cool, but let's skip the app for this video. I love this on my bigger camera. It's heavier anyway, and the ability to just click on a second unit, it's charged, plug it in, go into both XLRs on the FX6, that is killer. Here, of course, I wouldn't be able to do it, but this camera has a handle. So I could relatively easily put the XLR handle on top of the FX3 and then put both units on top of that. It's not really for your, action cam or whatever, but if you have a decent rig, then I love this system. It is a little bit more than the AVX, but the AVX's shortcoming is proprietary batteries, and these on the transmitter do not last a day. They will fail after a while. So I always have to have 2, 3, 4 of these with me if I'm shooting a whole day. And we had them on the island, thank you Sennheiser. And I always have to make sure that someone's checking on, is it even turning on? Yeah, on these green lights right there, so that we all of a sudden didn't have dropout audio because the batteries were dead. These batteries last a long time. They're also proprietary right here, that size, which is fine. But the transmitter, because of the small size, is that's an issue. And you constantly have to monitor and make sure that the battery isn't dead. Now, with the EWD Portable, long battery life, interchangeable batteries in the transmitter, I love the magnetic cheese plate thing. I mean, let's see. Come on. That's cool. So, long story short, I'm sorry for a long-ass video, but you're about to spend quite a bit of money on a wireless system for your camera. And I know there's the little Rhodes and the little China systems and whatever. I think the Sennheiser quality, when it comes to build quality, transmission distance, mic quality and all this is not for the, I'll need this quickly and just have the big block thing here. This is a pro setup. And how cool of a setup is it to have 2 wireless mics right here? And you want to go down to 1, you're done. I want to go down to pack away the camera. Get this. Done. If this was in the middle, I could really just pack away the camera and I'm ready to go. As I said to Jennifer, what I'm missing is a carrying bag for these, especially with the battery, with the antennas attached. So it would be nice to have a bag for at least 2 and all the accessories. It's nice that they have an extra clamp right here for the transmitter. They thought of a lot. It's a good system. And I like the EWD. I've been using this for quite a bit. This is my new best friend. I know guitars and blah, 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 but you know what? As a guy who has to make videos for you people, this excites me more than some Strat. I'm sorry to say. It's not because I'm a geek about camera stuff. But this solves a lot of problems for me. Period. And I have a lot of systems. So, take my opinion or not. I'll put links below to Sweetwater and Thomann. Sennheiser, of course, paid me for this video because I need to eat. But it's easy to say good things about this because you freaking heard it, you've seen it. Go away now. Animals at the end.